I want you to consider how any priest you've ever known, or any religious you've ever known, or any preacher, really, for that matter, I want you to consider how they came to figure out their vocation. Maybe they've told you the story, or maybe you never asked and they never told. But in every element, in every story, there is this element of a tradition, in the most literal sense of that term, a handing on. There was this moment where someone else in ministry, either through mentoring them, or inviting them, or exhorting them, sort of passed on to them the work they had done. We see this with Elijah and Elisha. If you will recall, we've been getting bits of Elijah's story, and where we left off, he was at Mount Horeb, and he was pouring his heart out to the Lord, saying, "Listen, I have done everything you've asked me to do, and my life is as good as gone. Your people have rejected me. I'm no better than any of the prophets that came before me. I have failed." And God, in response to that, said, "Okay, fine. Go anoint these people, and then we'll talk." And it's out of that Elijah goes to Elisha. Now, there's a part of me, in all honesty, that wishes it were as easy for us to get priests in the church as if I were to just take off my chasuble and throw it on some other guy and say, "Okay, it's all yours now." It doesn't work that way. But in a sense, yes, it does. Parents, what is it that you will want your children to carry on after you? Think about it. In order for that to happen, there's going to come a point where you're going to have to let go of it. You're just going to have to give it to them, and then move on to the next phase of your life in the Lord. Will it be handled the same as you did? Almost certainly not. All too often, what do we find in families? Father passes the business on to the son doesn't run things quite the same way, and father disapproves, causes tensions. This never really works, not long term. It has been said that tradition is meant to be a rudder, not an anchor. Tradition is meant to guide us in a direction. It's about guiding the dynamism of a life that is ongoing and growing and goes beyond not only the individual, but even one's own generation, even one's own culture or nation. We as Christians need to take this with the utmost seriousness. What are we called to do? Like Elijah, to do what God says to do, to go where He says to go. And when we've done all of that, what can we expect as our reward for following Christ? There it is. There it is. And there will come a point where we will have to acknowledge, okay, Lord, I have done everything but die. That is the only thing left for me to do. And then we will have to take everything with which the Lord has blessed us and hand it on to another. Say, here you go.